Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stationeers. We're gonna do a little bit of rearranging on some of the stuff in here, and I have learned that if you put something in the oven, you better use it, because if not, it just comes out as a reagent mix that you can't do anything about. So that's slightly disappointing. Kind of sucks. The other thing is, I want to put a circuit on this so that when it's reached its full temperature, I can go ahead and turn off. Gotta save a little bit of power. I also want to move this box to not here and rearrange the shower to, again, not here. I might actually make the shower go in this little cubby over here. That way it's just out of the way. I haven't decided yet. The thing is, how much water is in here? There's 4 liters of water in here. So I maybe possibly want to go ahead and filter it out. Never done liquid filtering, so that'd be a new thing that I have to do. But yeah, it was originally, there was supposed to be a bit of a 0.5 episode in between. But and tomatoes can take a while. But I didn't get a chance to do so. I had a lot of issues with uploading the last video to YouTube. So we're kind of just going with it. We're going with it. And hopefully everything works out. So, yay! Hey, YouTube. Okay, let's clean some of these wires up. Which, you know what? It's for flipping usual. This is my moment. So, okay, shower first. $50 and we're done. Actually, another thing is I don't see the benefit of doing the powered shower over the non-powered shower. I should have probably checked that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it live. Gonna do it live. Let me check something. Just a sec. Station. Power. Bridging to record shower refer. Yeah, so there's no reason to use a powered shower, according to the wiki. There's no difference except it needs power. So we're going to go ahead and turn this into non-powered when we do all this rearranging. We're sitting at 81. The other thing I wasn't paying attention when we were doing the pressurization of this is I actually don't want to go too crazy with pressurizing the inside of this because we're at negative. Or not negative, but we'd have no atmosphere on the outside. Just a bigger differential. And flat wall. What is the limit of this? Max pressure is 300 kPa. Pressure differential. So that means not what's inside, rather the difference between the outside, one side and the other. So I would rather just not go too crazy because I don't need it. There's no point. Right. We'll stick to 80. Time goes on, we'll make any arrangements if we have to. So yeah, I'm gonna make a little cubby here. We'll go outside, make the cubby, wall it off. We'll put the shower in there. Maybe a little tiny locker on the wall. and a light. That way, when I take my uniform off, it doesn't look all weird. And yeah, so let's get that started. Wheat is going to be seeding soon, which is awesome. We'll need to start getting some potatoes. We'll have to do arrangements on that. So I'm probably going to go ahead and take this icy housing with me. That's a good idea. So actually something that I gotta check, because this is a cladded wall, there is the possibility that I can't, I can't see the housing. That's not great, but it's better than what it was. I think you can start seeing the stuff with these, because this kind of inserts itself a little bit, so it shows. So I probably should have made this into, oh well. Alright, so we need an IC10, and something that I probably want to do with this is give it its own APC. Yeah, giving it its own APC is probably a good idea. Actually, let's test something really quick. Still can't see it. That's a lost opportunity there. Let's make the wall thinner. Oh, okay. I was about to say, oh crap, I don't have my suit on. Made the wall thinner for certain areas with a shutter door or something. That would be pretty cool. Why are you here? No, that's not where you belong. Stop it. You need a set of stairs back there. Alright. So, already getting lost in improvements. Kid stairs. Well, do that. I need an IC10. So, C10. So, Electro. So what I was saying about the whole thing with the oven is it does eat whatever you put in it. So I'm a little upset about that. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing is when I do see an ore trader, I'm gonna cheat. Well, I'm not gonna cheat, but I'm gonna turn in my ore to get some of my money back so that I can buy soil again, because that's dumb. Sorry. It's done. Anyway. Okay, so that's done. Let's do the floor extension over here. Let's do sheets. Fully encased. Wall. No, I have. Okay. Make sure I don't screw it up again. Yeah, pick this in real quick. Let's go get a... Need some more insulated pipe and another one of those utility tanks. Ability. I'm actually not going to make the this one so big. Oh, filter is probably the pipe bender. Liquid filter, that's a new... So it didn't used to be a thing. The filters. Good. Water. Ice, food, water, boil into steam. Water purifier can also be used to convert to purifier. This blue water now puts water. Charcoal. Oh. Okay. Needs charcoal. Ooh. Okay, so maybe I do have to make this tank a little bigger. So I can make charcoal. If I think if you boiled the water, it also did the same thing. Yeah, I got that wrong. So, because it boils into steam, and then steam, yeah, so you can technically just boil it off. Which maybe that's what I'll do. I'll pump the polluted water back into the advanced furnace and then just cook it off. That might work. Not such a ginormous deal.
Hunger caution.
Yeah. So I want to have exit point go here. All right. Let's do this. It's in this corner. Now, when I unhook it, it should push the water in here. And this doesn't really matter at this point. I have to do this ceiling again. Should the water stay over there? Maybe the fridge should move over here. Put corners in there. Even. Yeah. I don't know why. Just okay. That was really dumb. So we're gonna go ahead and we have 5.3 liters of water. 5.3 liters of water. Oops. Done. So it. Yeah, I might move the fridge and the oven. Move the oven more down. Move the fridge over here. So we're not gonna put anything to quite yet. It's right. That's done. So we'll just hit. You know what? Oh wait, no. Me now. Oh, I won't be able to put that back there. Yes. Ah. Oops. The hell is kid tablets? Not in the way. Brave. Some food. Extra bottle of water. What's in here? I gotta get a light in there. Medical pill. Alright, so that's all rearranged. It's an atmospheric thing, right? You good? No, that is the wrong button. Ooh, excuse me. Hmm. Now we're golden. Top. Don't know what the lid's for, but it's a little top. Way, thank you. It's singular wheat seed. So how do I grow my crop? Right? Because if wheat makes moderate time to grow, its main use is create flour. The processor which needs a tape. Cleaning surface. Excuse me. No, I'm gonna leave it alone. Maybe it produces another seed. Maybe it needs to be composted. Don't know. So we will figure that out. Mm. This here. Mark. And here, what? Like it. Let's gonna go outside, rearrange this mess. Maybe move that tank away from the wall. I don't know. I'm being very picky right now for something that doesn't need me to be. It's done as far as I'm gonna do it. I have enough to make that stupid what again? Sensor lenses, sensor, T-ray, electrosecond, wasp eye. Let's say iron and steel. Okay. You need, really do need to make more. More the other higher tier stuff. What? Oh, because that's steel. That would have to be further processed down, right? Is that what's going on? That's so dumb. That's cleaner. Ray scanner card. Is just. I guess it doesn't really make a difference. What I'm trying to do. There you go. Actually, the T-Ray scanner is what I want to have. And we can put the GPR right here. Because I'm going to need to get my mining belt and stuff. I'm going to do it. So. Light. Copper? I don't have copper? Well, I really do need to go out and get some more stuff. Why are you here? It shoots. I also need to clean up my inventory. Can you label these? Let me see. Oh, you can. Shoots. Yeah, I'm gonna go like this. Shoots. Let me get these guys. I'm distracted again. Stop getting distracted. Stop it. Finish the stuff you started originally. Right. The meat cake. Kind of annoyed. Boom. Good to go. All right. So now I need to figure out what is the for the fridge. Fridge large. So I have a power, pressure, ratios, temperature. Internal atmosphere temperature in Kelvin. We have power. We have an on state. Game has hash ratio hydrazine. It's ID. Yes, we do have an on state. Medium rate on state. Okay. Do. God, stop it. Airlock. Power control. Valve, drinking fountain, fridge. Fridge. So I need to read from device 0. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Edit. Clear. Pause. Okay, alias. Bridge. 0. It's in Kelvin. So I'm gonna have to do a conversion. Right? Define that. Let's say probably wants to go to 0 degrees, right? So, okay. Then we're going to do actually, we can do the math here too. I think we can do it here. See if it'll let me do it. Gotta convert Celsius to Kelvin. Plus 27315. So that temp is I don't know if it'll let me do that. Why not? Because we're defining, so it might spit out an error at the addition sign. It's actually red, so it probably is going to spit out an error. Let's do this. Do add there's a way for me to do it that just because it defines it and then it messes with. Let's do it a little. We're going to alias. Set temp to register 0. We're going to add into the set temp did that correctly. Target temp and 27. Temp. Register 1. Do this every time to keep track of it. Main. Load onto the temp. Bridge. Is it called in? It's called. We're ready for taking the temperature. Good. Branch greater than if the actual greater than the should be the set temp. This should be turned. Set. The actual temp is greater than the target temp. On here, not, we are going to set bridge on to 0, meaning it's going to turn off. Just as I check. Sleep for 5. Run is that bridge on to jump to main. This also needs a jump back to main. Okay, so we name device 0 fridge. We set our temperature that we want it at. We want it to be 4 degrees Celsius. We name our register 0, which is our target temp. We name our register 1, which is the actual temp that the fridge is at. Then we add whatever our set temp is, plus the Kelvin conversion, and we add that to the target temp because the fridge measures in Kelvin, not in Celsius. Cool. Now we load what the temperature is, the fridge. If the actual temperature is greater than the target temperature, then we hit run, which is turn the fridge on. If not, then we set the fridge off and we sleep. Let's work. Confirm. Export. Ready. Holy crap. It's minus 131 degrees. But now that we open it, so check something. Edit. Can this do negative numbers? I'm going to do like negative 10. That still work? Didn't spit out an error. Didn't spit out an error. So let's open it. Do its thing. Goes. Close it. Dude, it goes so fast. Like this. Holy crap. Good. Yeah, it just goes. So, oh, okay, never mind. Also, there's only nitrogen in there. Oh, it comes like preloaded with nitrogen as a refrigerant. That's funny. Okay, cool. Go ahead and close that. I don't have to set it anywhere. Sweet. All right, what do you got? It only seems you only get 1 wheat seed. So how do you get more wheat seeds then? Is the only option to buy them? Or can this be replanted? Test tables.
Help me, Bob, I'm
Bully in the alley. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Symbol now.
Sally is the girl that
I love dearly. Hey, bully in the alley.
Sally is the girl that I love nearly. Put it down in Shinbo now. Oh, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley.
Hey, bully. How do you go?
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley.
So I need reagent processor. I need to deal with this thing.
I caught it, little Sally. Way, bully in the alley. but all she did was
Dilly and Dally.
Put it out in Shinbone Hall. Oh, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Put it out in Shinbone Hall. I left my sail, I went a-sailing. Way, bully in the alley. Signed on a big ship, I went a-whaling. Put it down in Shinbone Hall. Oh, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley.
Bully in the alley.
Help me, Bob, I'm
Bully in the alley.
Put it down in Shinbone Hall. If I ever get back, I'll marry little Sally. Way,
Bully in the alley.
have 6 kids and live in Shinbone Alley. Put it down in Shinbone Hall. Oh, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Put it down in Shinbone Hall. I thought I heard the old man saying, way, bully in the alley. One more pull and we'll be laying. Pull it down in Shinbone Hall. Oh, help me.
So that's organized. Reagent, processor, reagent.
In the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Hall.
Made. Electronics. What else do I need? I need to organize my crap. That's what I need. Well, we're gonna let this thing make. Then oh, still comes out of steel. Interesting. So you know what? I'm just gonna do a question. It's fine. Interesting. Where's my reagent mixer? Okay. Let's spat it out all the way over here. Okay. What? No. I should insert the thing. Let's go do that. Being able to do that, it's very cool. Yeah. It makes the system that they got going on here. Okay. Not by their setup, but you know, still. Here we don't need this on me right now. Back inside. So what I want to see is, can I plant the wheat itself? Just shove it in the ground. I'm about to find out. Doesn't quite pick that up. Just you know what? Let's do it on the subject. Oh. Right. So we're gonna go ahead and take lead seat out. That away. So you can plant the wheat. Okay. Okay. So cool. That works. Yeah. There's my flour, 20 grams of flour. We can make bread with flour and oil. I don't have oil, so you can make cereal bars out of just straight flour. Plus, that is oof. What I wanted to make was French fries, and I could have, except my oil's gone. So there's that. Okay, cool. So that's all done and sorted. I need a light here. But I think I'm going to have to go out and get some materials. Because we're kind of not doing great with materials right now. Kind of all over the place. Not everything has a bunch of iron in it. It's kind of just a bit of pain in the butt. And I realized that my rocket manufacturer is holding a lot of my materials. I don't think I'm going to deal with the rocket quite yet. Might be in the next episode. If I can get a really long episode going, then we'll deal with the rocket. So let's go ahead and just pop the materials out of here. I know I could sell. Can I still sell you electrum? It says. Now we get more. Make some decent amount of money here. 11, 14, 15. So Hastelo is the one that pays the most. What's Hastelo? That's the question. Hastelo. Silver, nickel, cobalt. It's high pressure, but not high temperature. Actually, the temperature is very, very, very specific. 25 to 30 MPa. Still is not that hard to make. It's mostly silver, which is kind of annoying, but not that big of a deal. You know what? Give me a stacker. I am going to consolidate all my materials, see how many more I need, and I'm gonna go get some more. I think that's gonna be the prudent thing to do. It's not the fun thing to do, but I think it's going to be the thing to do. So, do I want to do that right now? Do I want to just roll it? Because I still have to make a big tank for my fuel. Here. Decisions. I have a way to switch modes. I just don't remember how others set it. So, not this out. Well, I think So honestly, if I worked on the rocket, that would make my material shortage non-existent anymore, right? Because I could start sending out the rocket to mine stuff and then come back. I mean, I would have to set up a proper rocket, which you shoot it. Because this is not a proper rocket. What I'm probably going to end up doing with this rocket is literally extending it one more, adding one more fuel, adding maybe 2 more batteries in another scanner. I want to make a better gantry. So okay, let's make an insulated tank. The valve. Insulated tank. Make a valve right after. Valve. I was going to say that. Valve. Well, then we're going to make some insulated pipe. So essentially what I want to do is I want to take this fuel mixture and I want to store it inside a tank. Some frames. Okay. With me. I want to store it. Not. Each. Um, have an idea. Might have an idea. It's a better way of saying that. Yeah, I'm gonna make another turbo pump. Turbo pump, and then let's set to make coils. Turbo pump and yep. Son of a biscuit. Ah! Let's get the electro right now. Do I have enough? Cool. Okay. No. Interesting. I have a lot of freaking cables. Oh boy. Okay. Yep, there we go. Cool. Okay, and I have to do very similar situation. I need 2 umbilicals, which I forgot about. Which I might have screwed myself. Steel and copper. Okay. You know, I kind of did. Need copper, and I don't have any. I'm gonna have to go out and get some materials. I can't. This is not a good idea to be running back around and forth like that. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, man. Also, why are you here? This keeps happening. Let's deal with the situation. In there. Yeah, I'm gonna go get materials. Let's organize these guys real quick. How much I have, so that I know how much I need to go get.
Hunger caution.
Steel. We're gonna go ahead and do max stack size. Steel. Steel I have. Steel. All the steel I got. So. Gold. So I can. All right, so got a lot of the basics, right? Steel. I guess we can go 200. Well, all of these guys. Oh, this is kind of shot at this point. Let's go 300. Again, stupid thing off. Go 300. Let's go. Oh, you know what I just noticed? I have all these handles pulled up. 'Cause I'm a dum-dum. Should have gone 200. Okay. Ready? Iron and steel. Realistically, steel needs to be quite a bit. So, but I'll do 200 for now. It's used almost everywhere. So yeah, we definitely do need. I need to get some materials going. We don't have a lot of stuff here. So
Hydration critical.
okay, I'm going. Turned on. Already cold. It's so ridiculous how fast that is. So, I don't have to worry about potatoes. I do have to worry. 32 liters. Be the next thing we gotta handle. No. That'll do its thing. Still my silver. I don't need to put it anywhere. I'm just gonna put it in the box over here. So. Did I ever make that light kit that I meant to make? I don't remember. I don't think I did. And it's kind of devolved into just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Probably. How did I not manage to get gold? What have I done? All I've done is move some stuff around in this episode, right? Like, have I really done anything very serious? Where's my iron, by the way? Not that I can think of, right? I haven't messed with the rocket. I've just refactored the base sub. Main anything serious. I have. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make this a 0.5 episode, where it wasn't originally, because I need to get materials. Like, this is not working out at all. Here. Gases still go here. Materials go here, which are around. Oh, oh my god, it does do that. It's so much easier. Literally. On you, 97. Let's pop it. This is give me you. Turn the battery on. Don't use that much, so. You need to swap to my GPR. Close that out. So we need gold. We need steel, copper. Don't need silicon. Nickel, cobalt, and silver. So we need gold, iron, and copper. Yeah, gold, iron, copper, which are the basics. Steel, silver, nickel, and silver. Can we just start digging? Into Versa nodes. To water. I do need to get more water. Sucks that it's stuck with this. some water. I think eventually I'm gonna make like a super hardcore playthrough where it's Venus. No traders allowed until a rocket is launched. That's gonna be hard. Because as far as I know, Venus has no ice. So, yeah. Be full gas capture on that one. We're gonna make this a full trip until something gives. Either I have no more space, or more battery, or no more gas, or something. So we're gonna be out here a while. Water. There's a lot of gases in this area. I wonder how large the file size is getting with all this damn voxel damage that I've been causing. Because that's the thing, I've made tunnels underneath the ground. I haven't really come up to the surface. Once I had the glasses, I'm really focused on coming up to the surface, so I'm sure that's playing havoc on the file size. Haste away, you know, be some money. Some copper, some silver. Man, yeah, I think I might do this as an aside, but boy, where's all the copper I mined into this hole? I think I might do like a Venus, like hardcore playthrough. Where I'm literally just straight up. I brought my tracker tablet and I didn't turn on my tracker at home, but sorry, bit of a distraction. So where I'm doing just straight up no traders until I get a lock launched, very much like this. But Venus is a much more difficult, start. It's there's way more stuff to worry about and deal with, and I want to deal with Venus first, with the capabilities of bringing a lot of stuff with me, and that's kind of why I am doing the solar system playthrough. A lot of those difficult planets are going to be run through with my preparation in mind, so that I kind of get better at handling the phase change cooling and dealing with some of the materials that need to be dealt with and stuff like that. So what else we got? This ginormous iron battery. It's savagely enormous. So let's go through. So I think that's probably going to be the best bet as far as like another series goes. I also don't want to stay stuck to Stationeers like I am. I do not misunderstand. I am loving this game. I loved it in the past, and as time has gone on and I've done more changes to it, I've loved it even more. But Stationeers is suffering from a situation that it no longer makes any money for the devs, like in the sense that it cannot justify a big dev team. And so it's not going to receive the big breakthrough updates that we would hope to see. Right? It's just not. And that's the reality of the situation. And part of that is just a lot of the knuckleheaded decisions that have taken place have kind of exacerbated that problem. Like the way the inventory system works and stuff like that have really not helped. And I know a lot of people, they're fans of the inventory system, and you know, they kind of stand on this really weird high horse of, oh, it needs to be that way because it introduces this, you know, makes the game different. You know, there's a reason why inventory systems are basically considered solved, right? Like we don't need to be trying to reinvent the wheel. I think that's not the proper way to do things. And so that there is, like, I was reading on a subreddit, I don't know how true this is, that the inventory system in this game was derived from another game that was very much like a Among Us game, kind of, sort of, where you were doing tasks, and part of the friction in the game was having to swap stuff in the inventory back and forth, right? So you can do things quickly. And that was part of the game's charm and part of the game's fun and stuff like that. That's not what this is anymore. That's not what this game is anymore. And so when they stand on this really, really rigid high horse of keeping the inventory system the way it is and being unwilling to compromise or change on it, I think they really do themselves a disservice. Because I believe that this game has way more legs than the devs give it credit for. It has way more to offer to more people than the devs give it credit for. But it is hard to get past the initial point of shock of the way the inventory system works and the way that, putting stuff down and taking stuff up works, right? It just feels bad. It doesn't feel good. It feels very, very intentionally difficult or intentionally friction-based, just to be intentionally friction-based. And in some ways, it is that way because of the original inventory system and where it was drawn from. I think that this game has moved itself past that, and that they need to move it past that. I don't think it needs to be done the same way it's been done before. I think that they can say, hey, you know what? We know what people like of the game. It's not the inventory system. Let's move past the inventory system and do something better and do something that is much more common to what is in the industry. And I still think, like, the tool belt system, I still think that that's something that's useful, right? Like the hand and tool belt system and the backpack and the way that those are all things that can stay, but be improved upon to be better. Like, for example, one happy medium is what I have as a mod right now. That's a happy medium, right? I think that we can say, hey, you know, so we don't go as far as you want, but let's say we instead change the inventory to work this way. I need silver. I literally cannot see that screen. That's lead. So that's a happy medium. It's like, hey, you're assembling or disassembling, and so it pulls from your your tool belt or whatever. That, to me, that's a very good happy medium, right? And saying we still have the old inventory system, but it's more efficient to use. Cool. Let's do it, right? The way the inventory system works right now is it is not intuitive. To anybody that has played any other kind of game that has any kind of inventory system whatsoever, it's nonsensical. And to say, oh well, we don't think it needs to change, is to deny yourself of the possibility, I think I found it, yeah, there it is, of the game growing, because you're kind of being stubborn. Because that's the way is being stubborn. There's no reason why the inventory system has to stay the way that it is. There's no reason why it should operate the way that it is. In my opinion. I think that there are better ways to do an inventory system than the way they've done. That still takes into account the things that they're trying to push forth as, oh, this is what we have and this is what we like. I think that right now there's a lot of stubbornness going on, and to be fair, this is just, I think it's very clear. To be fair, refactoring the inventory system for a game that is not financially viable for a company is not like, I get it. But it's one of those things that it's like you do have the potential for the game to grow. But every new player that comes in and every new player that decides to leave, what is the number one complaint? Inventory system. What is the number two complaint? Why do I have to delete individual little pieces? Why do I have to place individual pipes? Like every little section, right? And they have improved that somewhat with the now the introduction of the 3, 5, and 10 length pieces. So there is some improvement there. But I don't think that improves. I think that it's a stopgap to a system that could be far superior than what it is. And it's not as if they don't have examples of ways to do it better. And like, they have Icarus, and Icarus has its own problems and its own, concerns. But like there are ways, in my opinion, there are ways to improve. And if they had done that earlier, when the inventory system was shown clearly to have issues, I think that they wouldn't have kind of had themselves in this weird rut that they're in right now. I just don't know. Do they go ahead and talk to the mod author that made the inventory system, or the build and disassemble system that I have right now? Like, hey, can we integrate what you've made into the game, and see where that goes, and make it as part of the tutorials? Do they talk to somebody like Shadow Drake and be like, hey, we need your tutorials in game. Can you help us out? Because I'm sure that somebody like Shadow Drake would be more than willing to share his tutorials for the dev team, so that they can say, hey, these are the tutorials that are an aside, they're included in the game, or for him to even make a tutorial series that's part of the game. I am sure that somebody like Shadow Drake, who loves, as far as I can tell, loves to teach people, would be more than willing to donate his time to make that happen. And it shouldn't be that. Do not misunderstand. It shouldn't be that. You guys are a dev team. You should get your shit together, and you should be able to do it without needing handouts, as it were. But we also have to talk about the realities of, we have a game that we love. We want to see it grow. if we are unwilling to make some changes here and there, do some things here and there to make that happen, the game's just going to die. Or it's never going to get past where it is right now. And while I would say, you know, most of the time we have mods, we can just make mods do the work. If we don't have the community size for mods to be the stopgap in this instance, right? Like something like Valheim. The reason why Valheim has so many mods is the notoriety of Valheim, right? A lot of people know Valheim. A lot of people play Valheim. There is a big audience there for it. This game just doesn't have that. It just doesn't. It doesn't have that. You know, the size of the mod community is not as big. The guys that are making mods are making some incredible mods, but we're not seeing the big conversions or the big alterations or the ginormous vanilla pluses that you'd get in a lot of other games. Like, I don't know right now, like specifics. I don't know right now. Copper, gold, iron, copper. But I'm pretty sure that right now, if we looked at something like Windrose, I'm telling you right now, that game, where's the code cards? Close. That game already has mods in it, right? And like not ginormous mods, obviously, but a decent amount of mods already. The mod community has already attached itself to it already, right? So there is, shut up. There is already, why? But why? Why? Because Windrose is huge. Like, it's a huge game. I would love to play it. I'd love to stream it. I was, but because of how big it is, because of everything that it has to offer, Windrose is going to be very much like Valheim in the sense that the big guys are going to pick it up, they're going to stream it or play it. And then they're not, for anybody trying to start off small on Windrose as a game, they're not gonna do anything. Because that's exactly what happened to Valheim. So Valheim initially had so many of the big players playing it, streaming and stuff, that a lot of the small guys, they just couldn't make headways into it. So Windrose is going to be one of those games that later on I'm like, hey, you know what? We don't have people with, you know, followings of like Pirate Software or like Shroud or like what's this guy's name? Pestily, right? Like people with that size following, they're no longer playing the game. They've moved on. Okay, well, then now I can kind of make it work, right? Because realistically, that's what it would take. That's how much pull some of these guys have, right? So I've gone on a ridiculously psychotic tangent just now. I noticed. Sorry. We're talking about one thing, now we're talking about a completely different one. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, let's go back to the normal tangent that I was in, which was I think that this game could grow way more and be more successful if they had just worked with the problem of the inventory system. And after that, the individualized building system. So we're still at 84. That's good, because I'm not actively cooling this. That's why this is at 84. Good. What we got here? Oh, one of the things that I do need to do is I need to my oxygen and my methane have to be at the same temperature to mix them better. So right now my methane is at 786, and because they're different temperatures, the mixing is inefficient or not quite right. That's another thing I need to do. I need to move this over here. But get some in here. Just I want to warm up the system. And then I'm gonna redo this to have a longer snake so I can drop more crap in it faster. Oh, did I ever make the wireless battery, or was I missing something? I was missing iron gold. Go figure. I want to put this battery up here, the one that has... battery in it. There. Some agua. Potato. Just eat this potato. The light turned on. You seen that? Okay. What's I doing? Private wheat. Be seeding soon. Man, those tomatoes are taking forever. I don't remember them taking that long. Potatoes, cool. Eventually need to expand this. I need more water, which I did get. I think I'm gonna move that in here. And I'm gonna make it so that the nitrogen that's in the H2O ends up in here. Pressurize the space. That's a good idea. Shower real quick. Yeah. Right. I need these chutes. I'm gonna go back one. Down one. Left one. Get a glass one window. Want a straight window here. That way I can see if there's anything still in there. hope that there's no like distance limit. And it's not like, oh, by the way, because that would be hilarious. Oh, gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slots, I think. What? No. No, no, no. So why is my drill there? Stop it. What are we doing? Oh, I need to put in a little bit of gas. Heat it up. Now we can start. I think we're ending up with more volatiles than we are anything else. So, really cool first things. Okay. Yeah, this off gas is nitrogen. A little bit. All that, it's only 200 gold. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean up our cobalt. Gotta be careful because this is going to. Actually, you know what? Let's do our silver first. Should lower the temperature some. Oh, that's right. So just nitrogen. Oh boy. Oh boy. I just added more fuel to the fire, so to speak. No. See how bad it is. There she goes. And that does give you a lot of methane. Holy cannolis. Just gonna go ahead and not mess with that right now, because I don't want to die. Let's do copper. Please put the tablet. Put the frickin' tablet away. Thank you. forgot what nitrogen off gas, or what the copper off gas is. False. I need to do that. What's this? Wasn't paying attention. Don't let it get too cold. $378. Ah, not right now. Hastily, the one that was. Which one was the one he was paying way more for? Hastily. I mean, Wasp and Hastily he's paying really good for. Not a lot of there's mostly pressure. I need to get rid of what's in here. Right? Absolutely right now. So we're going to do this. This has the perfect time. Perfect time. It's very reactive because there's a lot of nitrogen in here. What's the hastily? 600 to 700. 700 C. 700 C, 25 to needs what? Silver nickel cobalt. 100 silver, 50 nickel, 50 gold. Here, 100. Um, System. Yeah, this is going to take forever if I do it this way.
Hunger caution. Better. For the love of Pete. This thing. Yep. H. Just go on. Meter. Ah.
All right, we are kind of running close to the end of this here. Fortunately. Ooh, she's close. Even with a turbo pump, this might take a while. KPA. Another pipe meter. Pipe meter. Meter. Oh, that's not how you spell meter. Okay, pipe meter. Pipe organ. Nope. Really get that much in there? Unfortunately. So the siren down. Warm enough. And it's not warm enough anymore. Damn it. You know what? Have anything? We can at least off gas. Zero too low. So maybe there's not enough oxygen in there for it to be an issue. Hopefully. Wait. Usually when things go bad, when you decide to walk away. It is still working on it. Apparently. Yep. .28 kilograms of iron. Okay. So you okay? You've moved as much as you can. We're gonna go ahead and turn that off. Open you. And oh. Like it might auto ignite, but like this 0.002, it's really not that big of a deal. No? At least that's the way I'm trying to justify it. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for today. So in between episodes, I'm gonna make a bunch of some of the super alloys. I'm probably gonna go farm more stuff and just get some more materials. I do need more materials, that way we can progress. I need to organize a lot of stuff, so I might move some shelves around and stuff like that, but nothing is, I'm not gonna work on the rocket. I'm not gonna sell anything. I'm not going to plant new plants or expand any more of in here. So I am gonna make this a full episode, not a 0.5 episode, but in between, I need to work on getting more materials, smelting the materials, organizing some of the shelves, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that'll be it for today. Appreciate you for stopping by. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.